So a few months back, I wrote this song called In Love Like That Again. And it happened in a moment where sitting down to write, to be intentional and sit down and, to be creative and self-expressive is really to meet ourselves, is to tune in and listen and listen sort of with the question in our awareness, what needs to be heard, what needs to be said. And in doing this, I was doing it with a buddy, and I realized that there were parts of a relationship that I had a year ago that I just sort of swept under the rug. I moved past. I had my explanations. I repeated them to my friends about what happened and why we weren't together and this and that. But I've been very public about that relationship, more public than I usually am about any relationship. And, it it didn't it revealed that it wasn't in my highest alignment. And I just never let anyone online know, sorry, um, that we weren't together or what happened. And I knew that. I was aware of that. And I just tried to ignore that. But I was telling him, I feel like I really need to speak to, that experience and my takeaways, because I felt like that, every relationship teaches us something. That relationship really helped me see a part of me that's fiery and passionate and loves to dive in and loves to future project and, to find security with someone, to, and just enjoy imagining. I'm an artist, I'm creative, so I enjoy imagining things, enjoying imagining all the things we could do together, all the fun fantasies or the life we want to build. And when you find that resonance with someone, it's exciting. That with the passion, and you just totally fall right in. And so I'm telling him, kind of about this. He knew about the relationship, but I said, the way that I just like went in so hot and just went all the way in without really knowing this woman and what I needed clearly, and bringing that to her. I said, I never want to fall in love like that again. And as a good friend, as a good co-writer does, he said, that's it. And I was like, oh. And that's often the thing about entering a creative space is, we really move into it with an openness. Like, you never just know for sure right away what is going to be the line or the first line or the hook or in the song, or, there's an openness and trust and curiosity. You just kind of launch into exploring, right? And so when he reflected that back to me, I heard myself again. I heard myself like through him, and I was like, oh, did you just hear what you said? Like, that's powerful. Like, that's like a declaration. Like, I never want to fall in love like that again. And it revealed to me that I had grown out of that, like moving fast, future projecting, just like full on passionate way of courting. And that was significant for me to like realize. And it was there the whole time, that awareness and realization. It's just I wasn't willing to go and be with it because I had attached to, being with it, processing it more, that I had to tell the public something. So it put this pressure on the thinking and processing, and so it's like once we turn to that creative space, it's really just tuning in and listening to ourselves, asking what needs to be heard, what needs to be felt. Then something always comes, and And that's what came. And so I wrote this song with my buddy, um, Justin Bush. And once we knew what it was about and that feeling of that statement, I never want to fall in love like that again, the whole thing just laid itself out. We knew what to say, and everything we could check against my experience. Yeah, did that feel true? Yeah, did that happen? Yeah, like, could that be how that felt? And so, yeah, I'm gonna release this song and put it out in the world and share it, perform it. Um, but that's not the point. The point is to receive myself in the lessons, the wisdom, the insights, the awareness, the forgiveness, um, and the release and the peace that comes with those things. The point is to fully experience myself. And so if this is the type of thing that you feel drawn to, that you're curious about, that you feel like you'd like to explore this way of being creative, expression of how you feel, and that there's something inside you that wants to be heard and expressed, then I want to share with you that I'm launching a program where we do this exploration together. It's called the Soul Song Journey. And you don't have to have songwriting experience. You don't have to be a singer or a musician. The idea of a song is that it's a story put to music, put into meaningful sound, right? Music is organized, meaningful sound. So without putting that pressure of I got to learn this, I don't have this talent, I blah, 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 I help create a space where you can hear these parts of you and explore your voice in responding to them and expressing them. And if this is something that calls to you, I encourage you to comment below or reach out to me. And I'd love to share more with you about the soul song journey, this journey of hearing the song in our soul. What is our soul? The essence of who we are, right? The deepest level of our identity in consciousness. So if you feel like there's some parts of that part of you that want to be heard, then this might be for you. So I look forward to connecting with you, and thanks for being on the journey with me.